CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off. We begin tonight on Manitoulin Island, where investigators are dealing with a shooting. Details about what happened are still continuing to come into the newsroom. Shots were fired at a home in the 700 block of Highway 540 west of Little Current. CTV News has learned there were people home at the time, but there were no injuries. An individual was arrested in a nearby farmer's field and taken into custody. No word yet on charges. We'll have more on this story as it continues to develop. A pilot has minor injuries following a float plane crash on Little Bell Lake. It happened just before noon north of Cochrane. According to investigators, the plane was experiencing mechanical issues before crashing into the water. The pilot was the only one on board and was able to safely exit with help of his nearby co-workers. A 71-year-old Isilda man is facing charges after a red pickup truck almost collided with a passenger vehicle north of Brent on Tuesday. The car had to slow down to avoid hitting the truck, causing a transport truck to swerve into the ditch to avoid a serious crash. Security camera footage obtained by CTV News outlines the entire incident, which took place in front of the S&N gas station. The manager of the station, which provided the video, tells CTV News the driver walked away with no physical injuries. Police were able to locate the driver, who has been charged with careless driving and failing to remain at the scene. Time for our first check on weather. For more details, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. And Rick, today didn't look too bad.
Well, we've got frost again, so we're 2 for 2 in terms of the frost department as issued by Environment Canada right across the Northeast, again with the exception of Gore Bay and Timmins. So residents there are doing fine, thank you. They're not worried about their plants, but everywhere else, make sure those plants are looked after. Let's check out some of the details on our systems map courtesy of Environment Canada. It's all brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. You can see the precipitation. It's actually emanating from Colorado, traveling through Minnesota. It'll hit the Great Lakes. That'll hit us by the weekend. Rain in the forecast for Saturday and Sunday. Details coming up just minutes away. Ian.
Thanks, Rick. Sault Ste. Marie police are looking for information after a driver fled the scene of a crash. Police say it happened around 10:15 last night. A pedestrian was struck and left with minor injuries as a dark-colored Jeep left a fast food parking lot. The crash took place in the 300 block of Great North Road, and the Jeep reportedly did not remain at the scene. Anyone with information or dashcam footage is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. A bushfire has closed a section of Highway 11. OPP advising tonight Highway 11 is closed in both directions between Kapuskasing and Smooth Rock Falls. Motorists are asked to avoid the area as there are no detours available. A team from the Northern Tornadoes Project, University of Western Ontario, is on its way to Mattawa to investigate the damage from Monday's storm. The damage was swift and severe, in some cases causing destruction from Huntsville to Mattawa. They have already since confirmed a twister did occur Tuesday southeast of London in the Derwent area. Mattawa itself no stranger to storms, this one coming almost a year to the day of a violent downburst that caused significant damage to the Samuel de Champlain Park. Support for seniors in Sudbury. Today, MP Vivian Lapointe announcing federal funding through the New Horizons program that will support 5 programs locally. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Our communities and supporting our seniors is a priority for the government.
The federal government is investing over $100,000 in these 5 organizations in Sudbury.
The federal government recognizes the incredible role that seniors have played in developing the communities that we call home today, and so this is a way for us to show our support to them.
Nana's Circle offers monthly programming for families of African heritage.
I remember that our first gathering had only 2 seniors present, and we had to raise funds to be able to provide refreshments. We got another organization that partnered with us and gave us free use of 1 room in their facility for the program. We got community members to facilitate pro bono, and that was how we held the first session. And since then, we've continued to hold it as much as we could manage, but now with this funding, it makes a huge difference, and we can have the program consistently.
The money will also help keep seniors active and engaged.
What we're doing is we're recognizing alleviating the social isolation that many seniors might be experiencing, especially post-pandemic, finding a reason to get out on the trail by offering this bi-weekly program on Thursday evenings from 5 to 7, starting on May 28th. And what that's really going to do is not just get them physically moving, but finding new friends and community members to connect with.
We bring seniors together with non-seniors, with people with intellectual disabilities and without intellectual disabilities, to do some programming together and to build relationship. What are you doing for bridging generations? Did you guys plant some plants with some seniors?
Yeah.
And I think the first activity was aprons, eh?
Yeah.
And what did you do with the aprons?
Paint.
Since its inception in 2004, the program has funded over 45,000 programs in hundreds of communities across the country, with the government's investment surpassing over $1 billion in funding. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
A proposed project is in the works which would create a hiking trail from Greater Sudbury to Killarney. CTV's Angela Campbell reports.
CTV Park has a number of trails throughout its 480 acres. What it doesn't have is a backcountry route. That could change in the next few years.
Just going to be huge for the north, I think, and for drawing people from down south to come check out what a beautiful place the north is.
CTV Park is proposing a 56-kilometer backcountry hiking trail starting at Linton Lake, traveling south. Several proposed campsites would be created on Crown land for hikers to spend the night during their 2-day hike. The backcountry trail would end at Bell Lake in Killarney Provincial Park and would include parts of the La Cloche Silhouette. This CTV Park worker has gone backcountry hiking about a dozen times before.
I love backcountry camping and hiking because it's not full of usually people, and it's just you're one with nature, and it's really, really nice. You never know what you could see.
She says she's excited to see CTV's backcountry route get approval.
It'll be nice to kind of venture out and then find out for yourself how it is and if you like it, and it's something new and exciting.
The trail isn't a done deal. Notices have been issued to neighbors in case there are concerns.
People within a certain radius of where the proposed trail will go, they get to provide their feedback on whether they support the trail or they have some concerns, and then we, as part of the process, address those concerns.
CTV Park is working with the Ministry of Natural Resources on the plans. If the project gets final approval, LaMarche says they'll move into the fundraising phase to raise some of the $3 million price tag. If the trail is approved, LaMarche says it would take about 2 years to cut it into the backcountry using minimal equipment. The expected completion date is 2030. Angela Campbell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. For now, let's go to a live look at the boat launch in Elliott Lake. This shot coming to us courtesy of the city of Elliott Lake, where it's looking absolutely gorgeous this afternoon. I love those sails they put up on the boardwalk every summer. How long could this last? Well, we'll check in with Rick for the answer. Stay with us. You're watching CTV Northern Ontario.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
I don't know if I'm happy or sad to say that this is almost a rerun of last night's weather forecast. So what am I doing here? Forecast radar, we've got that frost warning in effect as issued by Environment Canada. One more night. Pretty cool overnight. Forecast radar, we've got some precipitation moving in just in time to ruin your weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Chance of showers both days. We'll get to that momentarily. Here it is coming up right now. Saturday by about 5. So again, that will continue into Sunday. Now the 5-day forecast. Sudbury Nickel Belt 17 and sunny tomorrow to kickstart your weekend. Here we go. Chance of showers Saturday at 16, 13 Sunday, 60% chance of showers. Monday, sunshine at 21. As it starts to perk up, Tuesday we've got chance of showers even better at 24. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, sunny skies 17 tomorrow. Chance of showers Saturday and Sunday, just like Sudbury, 13 and 14 the highs. 20 Monday with sunshine, and Tuesday maybe the odd sunny break, chance of showers at 22. Different story, however, Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing. We start off with sunshine tomorrow at 19, then cloud cover Saturday 22, chance of showers Sunday 16, chance of showers Monday 21, and chance of showers again Tuesday at 23. A slight variation in the northeast, but no frost factor for this evening in Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing, just like Gore Bay. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, sunshine at 18 for tomorrow, chance of showers Saturday at 20, 15 only on Sunday, 60% chance of showers, Monday sunshine and 21, even better. Tuesday temperature-wise 24, but a 40% chance of showers, maybe with the odd sunny break. So temperatures are starting to pick up here in the northeast. North Bay, West Nipissing, sunshine 17 tomorrow, chance of showers Saturday and Sunday. Again, these totals look familiar, 30 and 60%, 18 and 13 your daytime highs. Monday 21, sun and cloud, chance of showers Tuesday at 24, that chance at 40%. So Ian, we've got pretty well a copy and paste forecast comparable to last night. So again, we've got some precipitation creeping into the forecast Saturday and Sunday after a rather sunny day for tomorrow, and the temperatures are starting to get warmer. Take it away.
Thanks so much, Rick. Well, Timmins Transit is getting more than $500,000 from the province. Timmins MPP George Peary making the announcement today. The money will support increasing routes and ridership, as well as improving accessibility and new additions to the fleet. The $585,000 in funding is coming from the province's gas tax program. The Treasury Board of Canada announcing in February that all public servants in the court public service will be required to be in office 4 days a week starting July 6th. Today, the CRA informed employees it will also mandate 4 days a week in the office starting this summer. The Union of Taxation Employees says employees were told today that the Canada Revenue Agency will start to mandate employees 4 days a week by the end of July. It will only apply to employees where the CRA has enough space to accommodate employees. The union says at least 1/3 of CRA buildings across Canada don't have enough space for employees.
Right now, people are just furious because they're being forced to go to the office and in bad working conditions sometimes. It's not proper for their work. A lot of people have a hard time to concentrate because as it is right now, even at 3 days a week, in a lot of places, they're like squeezing people closer together.
2 federal departments have already announced a delay in the 4-day in-office requirement due to a lack of space. Global Affairs and Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Sudbury unveils its new look in hopes of attracting tourists. Plus, hundreds march for cancer research today in the Gateway City. We'll head to North Bay after this. Hundreds of students were marching for cancer research today in North Bay. As CTV's Eric Tashner reports, this 31-year-old tradition has so far collected thousands of dollars for local cancer treatment.
Pounding the pavement to find a cure for cancer.
I'm really proud of our school for raising so much money.
Trojans Walk for Cancer! About 1,000 students and staff at West Ferris Secondary School left their classrooms for the hour-long march to the Lake Nipissing waterfront. The walk inspires breast cancer survivor Amanda Etches. She was diagnosed 2 years ago.
Many surgeries, chemotherapy, radiation, and it's been just a little over 1 year with no treatment, no radiation, no chemotherapy. There's always follow-up things, of course.
About a month ago, the students canvassed their neighbors, going door to door, collecting close to $61,000. A school record.
Yeah, I think it's great, and I think we should keep doing it.
Since its inception, over $500,000 has been raised for research and treatment. All donations stay local, going directly to the North Bay Regional Health Center to buy a state-of-the-art vacuum-assisted breast biopsy machine, part of diagnosing breast cancer. It's a minimally invasive outpatient procedure used to examine suspicious breast abnormalities.
It's allowing people to find out those answers sooner and to get the the treatment started, and that's the biggest thing with cancer.
This tradition started over 3 decades ago when a former student who had cancer began walking around the school's outdoor track, raising money for treatment.
So many kids have been touched by cancer. It's a combination of all those things together, and I think it just it keeps getting better year after year.
Last year, a family friend got diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. It feels really good because she is in remission now.
Students hoping one day the sun will shine on a day when cancer will be a thing of the past. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
People are looking for authentic experiences, places that feel different and stand out.
A small crowd of who's who in Sudbury came out last night for a glimpse of the city's new look. Sudbury Tourism unveiling its new brand at Kivy Park and its tagline, wildly unexpected. Officials say it's bold, unexpected, and reflects what the city as a whole has to offer. It's hoping this will go a long way towards setting Sudbury apart while attracting new audiences and visitors to the Nickel City.
So when you're thinking of Sudbury and choosing this as a place to visit, wildly unexpected is what you're going to have on all of your adventures and experiences that we have here in Sudbury. From our iconic Big Nickel to Science North, the expansion of Dynamic Earth, surrounded by our 330 lakes.
Well, this is a rebrand of certainly what's going on in our city, right? The fact that there's a lot of exciting things happening. This rebrand is bold, exciting, shows the transformation that the city is going through in a very positive way. So that's why it's so important that we unite today to celebrate this rebranding of our city.
The city's new marketing campaign is expected to launch within the week and will be able to be viewed on discoverysudbury.ca by week's end. NOJHL Commissioner Rob Mizuka will lead the Canadian Junior Hockey League's executive committee next season. The announcement came during the Centennial Cup in Summerside. The role is not new to Mizuka. He served as board chair in 2021. When we return, we'll take a look at your community close up. You're watching First at 5.
I'm wondering, have you heard of vibe coding? It's when people describe software in plain language, and then artificial intelligence generates usable tools that can be refined conversationally. To tell us more, let's bring in Melissa Jakomic. She's a technology and change strategist, and she joins us from Sault Ste. Marie. Hi there, Melissa.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
I'm doing well. What is or isn't vibe coding?
Okay. So vibe coding is a newer way to, like you said, build IT software, build IT systems. So traditionally, you needed to know how to write lines of code in order to build any sort of IT system. The concept with vibe coding is that you have a conversation with an AI agent. So you tell it what you want it to build. It will build it out, like you said, and you kind of go back and forth, refining it, testing it out, and it builds the software for you. It writes the code for you. So it's opened up a lot of opportunities for people who don't know how to code to actually build out software.
Isn't that cheating though? No. How are small businesses?
Feel like magic.
Yeah, let's talk on a more serious level though. How are small businesses using vibe coding for workflows like scheduling, quoting, and inventory?
Yeah, and this is where I see a lot of opportunities. So small businesses typically probably don't have large IT budgets. And if they do have a budget, they don't want to be spending it on internal tools that you need to make your business run. So this opens up opportunities for them to actually build their own software. So where I see opportunity is, so say you have a small business in Northern Ontario where you rent out equipment, you rent out maybe ATVs or snow machines. So as a business owner, you could do vibe coding. So you could say, build me out a system that I could keep track of and manage all of my equipment, all of my rentals, all of my customer data. And then where the power comes in is you could say, build me out reports where I could see trends over the last few years in terms of who rented what on what weekends, so that I know what to expect and so that I could prepare, or tell me what equipment is due for maintenance, things like that. So you could build out any sort of system that you want through vibe coding that solves a sort of pain point for your internal ways of working. And so yeah, it opens up a lot of opportunities for, I would say, small business owners. That's where I think that it's great.
Melissa, one final question for you. Where does it work well today and where caution is still needed?
Yeah, good question. I'm glad you brought that up. So if you're not an IT savvy and you don't know how to code and read through the code, I wouldn't recommend using it to build out a system that hundreds of thousands of people are going to use, or that has personal information, payment information, anything like that, because you still need to test a lot and you have to be careful, right? So I would recommend doing it on something that's low risk, internal facing. A few people are going to use it to start out and see where it goes from there.
Melissa, I really appreciate your time this evening. Thanks again.
Thanks, Tony.
Melissa Jakomic was our guest, and to see more of our Tech Talk segments, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca.
Time now for a look at our community close up. And for that, we begin in Sudbury, specifically in the Flour Mill neighborhood. Michelle Rainville capturing this moment of what he says is a female black squirrel enjoying the cool day with the sun shining through. Love to see them. They're super cute. And for me, another indicator all that snow is gone. Dan Nepsey took this photo of a scarlet tanager on opening morning at the Forest Ridge Golf Course in Chelmsford. He tells us it's the first time he's ever seen one up here. Very cool. Thanks so much for sharing with us, Dan. Finally, exciting times in Parry Sound, and assigned cottage season is well underway. The Parry Sound Municipal Airport posting this picture to social media of the world's first Global 8000 operated by Chartwright Air on their tarmac. This was the scene on Tuesday. Looks like we are in for a busy travel season here in the north. If you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally for us tonight, Sault Ste. Marie Police making an interesting find. During a recent integrated municipal team initiative, Constable Roy Peterson, a certified pilot with traffic services, used a drone to help officers safely assess a wooded area before entering. But the investigation found more than they bargained for: a sleepy little fox curled up for a peaceful snooze. Sault Police telling the public the fox was left undisturbed and no arrests were made. What a sweetheart. Glad that he got some Z's in there. There's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.